Dr. Sarco in this week's Unload. Two Norwegian inventors, Ole Krag and Emil Jorgensen, developed a rifle that was adopted by 3 countries. Now, they were Norwegian, however, Denmark was the first company to adopt their Krag, and the caliber was 8x58R. The US was second and adopted the 30-40 Krag. And finally, the home country of Norway decided in 1893 to do some testing, and in 1894 they adopted the Krag Jorgensen in 6.5x55 Swede. For the first 2 rounds, the 8x58R is obsolete. The 30-40 Krag, it's very difficult to obtain ammunition for, but the 6.5 Swede, which is still the king of the 6.5s, continues this day to be a popular round for target and hunting shooting. The model we have here is the 1912. They decided in 1912 to have one uniform gun for the Norwegian services and came up with the rifle we have here. It has some similarity to the US Krag in that the loading box flops down. In the case of the Dane, it opens to the front. Cocking piece is similar to the Krag that we have in this country. One big difference between it and other Krags is it has a pistol grip, the other ones are straight grip. And you have to remember, when they adopted the Krag, the US was using the 45-70 trapdoor Springfield, which was black powder. The Norwegians were using the 1884 Yarman, which was a bolt action black powder 10 millimeter, and the Swedes were using a combination of the Swedish Mauser and then also Remington rolling blocks, which were also in black powder or obsolete rounds. So of the 3, as I said, the 6.5 Swede is the only one that's still with us and lively. The rifle we have here is in pretty good shape. It was adopted in, like I say, 1913. Production stopped in, I got 2 different dates. One date was 1926, the other date was 1935. Regardless of the date they stopped manufacture, they manufactured about 30,000 of them. The first 6.5 round that they used in the Krag was 156 grain round nose. In, I believe it was 1925, they decided to go with 139 grain Spitzer bullet because that's where all of our armies were going to. So we take a look at this rifle. It's about 8.5 pounds. Overall length is about 43 inches. So it's a standard size for a carbine. Start at the front. The front sight is attached with a pin and a screw. Now this Enfield looking front bayonet lug, they found out that the initial design, the stock would be too fragile, so they just reinforced it with this band. Notice the walnut stock, foregrip runs the complete length of the barrel. Barrel's 24 inches long. We come back to the sights. They're calibrated from 100 to 2200 meters. They are windage adjustable and elevation adjustable. It looks like the windage takes a special key to turn to do your windage adjustment. Now if you flip the sight over, you now have a battle sight which is set for 300 meters. Now when they recalibrated these sights for the new 139 grain bullet, they would stamp a D on the sight, so that way we know that the gun's been recalibrated. When we look at markings on the gun, we have the Norwegian crown. Also have the date of manufacture. In this case, it's 1923. Serial number on the left side of the receiver. Serial number is also located on the stock. Another Norwegian crown on the stock. Like all armies at the time, they didn't trust their soldiers doing repeat firing, so there is a cutoff so the gun can operate single loaded. Magazine box flips down. We put our 6.5 Swedes in, and we're ready to go. One weakness on the gun on all Krags is the single locking lug, but it does account for the smoothest action you've ever seen. 3-position safety. As far as sling attachment, there's an iron ring in the back. The sling can be attached here and up front, or we can attach it to the trigger guard, and we also have another attachment up front. Number matches also on the butt plate. The one thing on the gun that doesn't match is the bolt. On earlier guns, this bolt was flat and checkered, and from the research I did, it appears that later guns, either a flat or round bolt would be appropriate. They also made this gun in different configurations later on. They had a sporting rifle which was chambered for a reduced 8x57 round, which Norma specially made for that. A lot of these were sporterized. I have a sporterized 1925 1912 at home. It shoots pretty good. Just shoot cast bullets in it. But interesting, as we move from black powder to smokeless powder, 3 countries, Denmark, Norway, and the United States, would all choose the same design rifle. And in the United States, it was the shortest lived military gun. These guns soldiered on in Denmark and Norway through World War II and were replaced at the end of World War II with M1 Garands. That's it for this week. If you see what you like, subscribe, leave comments, and if you have any suggestions for a video, please post them on the comments section. Until next time, let's go out there and have some fun.